It's NP again. Essentially this game 3 of a best of 3. We had the first 2 yesterday, but we're back here in a return for the final episode between these two teams to see who's able to come out top. Again, just the overall draft impressions, Gods. Do you believe in MPs finishing up with this anti-mage tanking, or are you scared on behalf of them because of Liquid's kind of draft? We know that they can execute this. We've seen them do exactly this already this lap.
I think it's always hard to read MP's drafts because they do run these dual carry lineups. They don't pick traditional mid heroes. They're always running mid Ursas, mid Weavers, mid Medusas. They're not really running classic
30 seconds
mids that you'd expect to see, and that's where it's hard to really understand how their drafts can work sometimes. Roman Clock, he's been playing this 4-position clock. There's probably 2 or 3 heroes we've seen from this. We've seen the Earth Spirit, we've seen the Clock, the Slaughter, and probably you could also say the Legion, the Elder Titan. He's definitely had some experience playing the Clock.
The battle begins.
So already we're starting to see the lanes of fruition. MSS will be down here on the Sand King. And indeed, it is going to be some sort of aggressive laning coming out, as you mentioned, not Owie. Owie indeed is heading towards the mid, but Envy will be up top on that anti-mage, backed up by the moment by, of course, 1437 and SVG on the Dazzle Clock combination. Miracle starting to search around towards the mid, maybe wandering for a courier sniper or search. We'll see what sort of Monkey King plays this man will look for.
Turned himself in a tree just to get across between the 2 towers. I don't think he was really looking for a curry. He just wanted to get to the top side of the map without being spotted. So he wants to go and help this top dry lane.
Already SVG just causing issues for Kuroki, making sure that he can't get any kind of pull or control off around it. He just blocks him off from the entrance to Kuroki's own jungle. Yeah, absolutely. With Miracle turning up to this top lane, maybe they can look to try and turn this around, make sure that MP don't have the control and the advantage.
Bounce.
SVG already falling low. Ooh.
SVG may have just gotten baited. He thinks, in his if he hasn't seen Monkey King, he thinks he's got this kill.
Yeah, but he's going to hear the sound, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He'll hear the Primal Spring.
Has he heard it already, I wonder? I'm not sure exactly when the sound...
I think it plays like when you cuss, so it's like the ball, so he's already hit like the ball,
yeah,
but he's not hit the
He's
middle.
channeling as we speak, so...
Yeah. look at the way he's like, it's awkward.
I love how he freezes, but the eyes still move.
Yeah,
that's my favorite thing about pauses, is how heroes,
like,
their eyes move around.
The tree in my face.
Right, SVG, this is like a tough spot for him to get out of.
And there we go. He has got the battery assault, so that's going to cause some issues with the chase down, but yeah, with the Orb of Venom on Miracle, they've got the slow. One more swipe with the stick will do it. Miracle picks himself up. First blood. He makes himself a brand in the top lane.
I've killed lots of people.
Bait.
I just whipped.
Coming their way, and Kuro kind of laid the trap as this top lane is the focus for now for Team Liquid.
Wow, a bit of the old Kale here. I blame Kuroki and the blind light. We have up top, in personal with Matumba Man. Trading hits CS-wise at the moment, 5 for 1 on the anti-mage, 3 for 1 on Matumba, early days, but Envy already getting some farm indeed up on top. Mid lane, DH. A fair bit of harassment, but now he's got a second level, nearly onto level 3, you're able to force Owie back and get him to use that sound, but on top of CS at the moment there. And the bottom lane matchup, so this 1v1, yeah, just hold the moment, 1v2, will have to TP out, just get away. He as well.
He's left alone. Trade hits as best he can with the poor man shield. This will burn Miracle's mana, but still looking like a tough lane for him to maintain farm. He may have gotten CS for the first couple of minutes, but whether that will continue is a whole other matter. They don't really necessarily want to maintain an aggro tri-lane. Clockwork wants to find some levels around the map and also perhaps go and harass the mid-Naga, so it's going to be, if you take that approach, then Anti-Mage does get left in like a dual lane, which is where he's not going to farm, so it's kind of like there's downsides either way. Either Anti-Mage doesn't get a lot of farm if Clock roams, or if Clock aggro tri-lanes, then Clock is not getting the XP you typically hope to get on this hero.
We can see down on that bottom lane, and that 1v1 for the time being, MSS is nearly getting himself in first place. In fact, with the caustic finale there, Mind Control is going to pop. MSS, I mean, this man has been having some incredible performances this land. What a way for them to start the game. But getting a solo kill against the Legion Commander, Mind Control is going to be knocked off by that, but he does have backup of Miracle. They could look to try and do something in return, but he's half the Burrow Strike escape potential. The first nuke, try and put them down low before Miracle gets the fact. The proc there now that the Burrow Strike's used. This is the time to come down. Miracle will hit the Boundless Strike. Didn't actually get the initial slow on anything with the Primal Spring, but MSS be able to continue to get away. Mind Control will have another nuke in a bit. I don't know if it's going to be enough damage. It has got the 2 points in it. In fact, a right click and a nuke should do it. He's got to get in range for it. Oh, he misses the nuke. Oh, Mind Control oversteps the mark there, and with that, he's not getting the kill. MSS.
Tower is under attack.
He's going to survive. Not normally a skill that we see being missed, Gods.
No. Primal Spring, definitely one of the spells you do sometimes miss as a skill shot.
I mean, I guess he was anticipating a Burrow Strike. Yeah. He was trying to play around that.
Just got the Burrow Strike too. MSS managed to buy enough time that he had the mana there. Wasn't in too much danger once he had the mana for it. So he played. He's going to go aggressive. Monkey King could be in trouble here. The Caustic Finale is not something he really wants to fight, and with no points in Jingu, Miracle does not win this one.
He's got one Boundless Strike, but yeah, level 1, it's not going to have the turn duration really holding back too much, and MSS chomps on the Mango, and he chomps on the Monkey King. MSS already picking up a lot of positive action in that bottom lane.
Here's AUI, going aggressive.
Wrap around as well from SCG. GH, he may be out of answers. Miracle's come in. Boundless Strike lead is still unavailable, and now he's going to be allowed to get the kill. Tries to get the aggro over, it isn't going to work, so will lose his life in return. Miracle to build up the Genji Mastery stacks. He's got it up, jumps onto the tree with a Primal Spring, closes the gap, couple more snaps. Will take it as Miracle does manage to clean up a double kill in return.
Nice retaliation kills. SVG slightly missed the cogs. He was trying to push the Naga back into the Ursa, but it ended up that GH just kind of ran to the south, not into the cogs, which meant that SVG's rotation didn't really, I mean, it did kind of tunnel the Naga a certain direction, which meant AUI could guarantee the kill, but it didn't really, meant AUI took a lot of damage, got riptide under the tower, tanked the tower shot, so ultimately, not too much.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Bottom lane, again though, MSS at 1437, bringing Mind Control down low. MSS, have another Burrow Strike in a couple of seconds, but doesn't want to dive too deep. Miracle back, hiding off the map, you never know where he's going to be.
This is looking like a very well laid out lane stage.
Mid lane, make it go here, is the double damage rune enough? It looks like it should be with the Boundless Strike as well. One more touch will bring down Aoi, but Miracle, he does get it, but again, we're seeing these trades. 1437 comes in, and will be able to punish Miracle in return.
Great, but UI does go down and traces his life, but gets the kill on the way out. Miracle base boots up already. Pretty decent timing on some of these levels and being very proactive, but Mages kind of free-farmed in the offlane. This is, I think, probably the biggest positive of this MP laning step is that they've managed. You'd expect the second win is 1v1 against the Legion, melee or melee. The Ursa's done well mid against Naga without winning the lane, but I mean, with minimal help, Dazzle was definitely up there and Clockwork early on, but lately it's kind of just been up there by himself and managed to out-CS the Lifestealer and kind of himself towards the top. Really good lane stage for Eternal Envy. He's now going to fall back into the jungle with an Iron Talon, plus the Quelling Blade, going for the double jungle farming items. He's happy to get what farming can.
To my man. Go on to 1437. Should be fine as he does still have the Grave. Will be able to buy himself the time to get back to safety behind that tier 1.
I think similarly for Liquid side, they've decided it's time to send their carry into the jungle, farm faster there and farm in a kind of safer way. GH is going to be jungle farming, giving the mid lane a Miracle. Two benefits there, your carry's farming somewhere safer and you give the XP and farm a different lane to a support, kind of, sort of pseudo support, and the Monkey King who can make use of being an early level 6.
Again, MSS. Still there with the Burrow Strike. Get the connection for an opportunity to get a kill as they're bringing him back up, but at the same time, so is Liquid. They have Miracle back in the neighborhood, but the numbers advantage at the moment on the side of MP. Heroes ready to look for some sort of a play. Mind Control, the target.
They know Miracle's down here too with their ward. Problem is, if Miracle hits level 6 for this fight, he's very close to breaking that XP gap. He may not even need it.
Just going to straight up with a Boundless Strike on the duel. There's nothing that MP could do quick enough to stop him. Mind Control gets the success. And will be chased down, but Miracle's just hit 6 as well with that kill. Lays down the Wukong's command. The illusions bringing SVG down low. 37 gets his way out in time though, and SVG will just be able to get himself back to safety.
Such a quick heads-up play from Miracle and Mind Control. MSS thinks he's safe. He knows he's got heroes there. He's got a Dazzle, but Dazzle was over in the trees, and that level 1 great pass range is only 550, so unable to help his buddy out.
There we go. Now with the haste and such, they'll take it. At the same time, though, down on the bottom lane, MSS came back in, and with the help of 1437, they were able to punish Mind Control. He'd been left alone as Miracle had already headed over towards mid.
Slip up by Mind Control, lurking around to the tower when Sang respawned. He did not something that really happened, but anyway, best rune you can find really as a nurse early on. Getting a haste rune finds a free kill for himself, but the ward which scouted out the cover will be de-warded.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
1600 gold. Quickly a relic timing he can get. So far, so good for the Naga Siren.
So they're going to try and defense here in this mid lane. With Timmerman TPing across, they will keep the tower alive, and we'll be able to get that denied.
Dyer's
Shutting down some of the
tower
potential money
has
that
been
MP were
denied.
looking for with that group up, but this is space created essentially up top. You know, with Matumba coming down to the mid, Envy continues to get more and more space, and continues to just have this solo lane farm at the anti-mid.
On par with Naga for net worth for the time being. Get a Battle Fury around when Naga is going to be looking at a Radiance. I mean, ideally before the Radiance, it would be absolutely fantastic. Although given that he didn't have the free farm safe lane, did go for the other items with Reds, Full Man Shield, Iron Talon. It won't be that incredibly fast, like 11, 12 minute battle through this game.
Once again, teaming up with Mind Control.
Stack here they want to farm. They get contested.
Wanting to fight them. They're coming across with a smoke as well. They're trying to do their best to get 37 there. There'll be the Boundless Strike from Miracle to hold back 2 of them. Jumps away. Aoi coming around with the cutoff, but he's going to see the bigger target as Mind Control's been spotted out by 1437. Being chased down by 4 members of MP. Has got those phase boots, but here comes the TP across to block him off. Aoi cuts the gap. He'll be able to continue to chase. They need to get SVG in range over the battery assault or MSS to hit the burrow, but he doesn't. Mind Control throws down the nuke, trying to move away with the movement speed. It's not going to happen. He will finally take down the kill.
Quite a big chase. They did take that triple neutral stack on the side of Liquid, but I don't really feel like that's... I mean, you are killing a core hero for NP, but considering the time investment, considering that Lifestealer and Naga were off farming and you also lost that stack, I don't really see it as a big win by any means. Poised to strike once again.
About bit of a play, especially with Mind Control back in this bottom lane. Eyes on 1437, but see, with the jumps between the trees and the creeps getting the vision in between, they know that he's there. Pings out there from the Dazzle. As 1437 heads back to base, SVG himself hidden under the tower. Would certainly love to try and find that level 6. Still a little, just a little under leveled in comparison to where SVG would hope to be at this stage. He's just still sitting at level 4. In fact, he's in trouble as well. They close straight in with Mind Control. The cogs do help him survive for a little bit, making sure at least the dual damage won't go the way of Mind Control, but they do still
nonetheless an objective to follow. With numbers down to get the team tower. Shots from NT. Not visible for now. They're very close to completing the Blink Dagger on AUI's Ursa. They ideally want to get that level 6 on Clockwork. If they've bought or used the tomb yet. Dazzle's level 6.5. I wonder if he actually took it. I feel like the Clockwork's the key hero to get that tomb on. They buy it now. Dazzle buys it, and I'm pretty sure that's going to go the way of the Clockwork. His level 6 is the key timing right now.
Especially what we've seen SVG be able to do with it in the past.
Tis mine.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Cool. The Mind Stealer inside him.
Yeah, that's not possible.
Safe there with that play. Miracle, interesting enough as well, worth noting. This is a Monkey King for that Monkey Midas cost.
Dyer's top tower is fallen.
It's just Midas, I feel, as a 4 or 5 position support is always a good item if you can get it at a reasonable time. By reasonable, I mean like by 20 minutes, by 25 minutes. This item typically pays for itself in the long run. It just means you're not buying a 4-star or something instead, which, yeah, there is a trade-off, but you will ultimately guarantee further late game item progression. You're in a game with a Naga and you've got to expect a long game.
And with this play as well, you know, they reveal themselves down bottom, so MP knows it's safe for Roche. Valley heading in, have the Arcane Rune as well to help just speed it up with the overpower spam. Easy ages there for MP.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
We're
attack.
trying to find this tier 2 in response, but only getting about a third of the damage done. MP coming out on top there with that objective.
Get done with this. They haven't got the Sand King blink yet, but with a hook shot, Ursa blink, I feel like that's more than enough to start to contest some of this liquid greed. They're pushing very deep in this bottom lane, really getting the wave close to the tower, all while Naga farms. Like this is a push and a group up down bottom very much geared just to create space for Naga Siren.
Like to be in trouble. Back to so it's not going to do a hell of a lot of good against that raged up Matumba man.
Radiant's bottom
I feel like
tower is
you either
under
need to
attack.
address the Naga farming or you need to fight Liquid at the bottom lane. Because right now there's 4-1 Liquid split where the 4 heroes are kind of fighting and pushing bottom, creating space. Now they have
Top
space.
lane, the perfect jump, Envy, who has been having a pretty easy PvE game so far, suddenly gets met by the full force of Liquid in his face.
Just at the Battle Fury gold 2. Now 300 gold short of it. Rough time for him to die, and perhaps partly why he got a little bit too greedy pushing up deep there. And Legion Commander's blink, I think, was the reveal. Had it been scouted yet by NP, so he wasn't expecting blink initiate that to be able to catch him out.
So far those things continue. GH still remaining on top of that net worth. Absolutely getting the farm that he needs. There's just been a real contest for him over in his side of the map. He's just over 100 away from having that completed Radiance. Very, very respectable timing this game. And I mean, MP's lineup, you know, as mentioned, the anti-mage, if he can keep on par MV, they do have a sense of a solution for a scaled late game Naga, but it just feels like it's never really the plan to let a Naga Siren have this good of a start.
Yep. And I think this is often one of the maybe issues that MP run into is they do play at
Radiant's
a pretty
bottom
slow
tower
pace.
is under
They've got
attack.
themselves level 6 on Clockwork, they've got Blink Aegis on Ursa. This is typically where you would have smoked the second that happened. Like you should be looking for fights, and it's been what, roughly 2 minutes since they picked up Aegis, and it doesn't really feel like NP's made any aggressive moves. During the 2 minutes since they picked up Aegis, Liquid were pressuring bottom lane, they found a kill on the Clockwork, and they've been farming up their Naga Siren while they've been pressuring the lanes. I don't feel like NP are pressuring lanes, they're not really seeking out kills. They do so now, they've just smoked now, but it just feels like slow. It feels like, oh, we should have been, like, they're probably thinking in their heads like, oh, we should be smoking with Aegis Blink, but they should have immediately done this. It shouldn't have to have been like a solution to what's been going on here.
Let's see what they can find with it. Question is, who do they catch out? I mean, getting GH now would be very nice. He is still, as I said, that's a very small amount of gold away from the completed Radiance. Definitely a hard kill to find. Very deep on his own half of the map at the moment.
Two of the key base creating playmakers so far for this game. Two of the main kill-involved players. Sand King doing very well in his lane against Legion, but Miracle being the more active one roaming around as per his role this game. Not most games, you don't really expect him in the fort, but showing some incredible versatility. This is one of those, I think this, like, teams like Liquid and games like this is really where a testament to, like, where playing lots of pubs is a good thing, because you have players like Miracle who can just pick up a 4-position support, because a lot of these guys, like, I mean, they're very high MMR, play tons of pubs, and you're not always playing mid. Miracle isn't playing mid 100% of his pub games, maybe like 60, 70, 80%, but there are games where he ends up on a support, where he gets some player on his team, like no one, let's say from VP, who's like, I'm playing mid, I'm going mid Shadow Fiend, or he has to play support, or has to play 4 position, so pubs give you this bit of extra flexibility.
Do you see that? We were waiting essentially for nothing there. But they called G, and then I was like, oh, sorry, I didn't see. Yeah, looks like it doesn't matter nonetheless, as still having some issues on the side of Liquid.
V up top has TP'd into tricky spot. He's only a lead. Legion can't... Without Blade Mail, it's tricky to get this solo kill, but 2 points in Press the Attack, 2 in Moment of Courage. If you use a nuke, and nuke first with the Press the Attack, it may be close. A borderline kill for the Legion Commander if Envy isn't aware of his presence, and you get the nuke like on the full creep wave. Bottom lane, the hunt is on. Monkey King is the perfect hero to scout out smoke gangs and also escape them. Depending how on point Clockwork will be with his rocket flare and scouting and hookshot.
You saw that Envy with the ping outs as well. He's indicating his team to be very careful about this high ground going past over the dire side just towards the side. Should be dangerous. See the vision, not too great for MP over Liquid's half of the map, but vice versa. It's pretty insane. You know, Liquid have 3 deep wards. Very, very good idea of what going on over MP side. And I've got to look at those sentry placements, guys. I'm seeing a line of 3 sentries that just are outside of essentially the radius of that observer.
He's admiring the platinum Roshan.
Is it Owie's? I think it's it.
I believe so. Owie has one.
Owie has one.
MSS maybe has one too. I know they had a stack that won that. Monkey King. Oh,
hello! Miracle will take that one, they say, and hooks up the backside and bring down Owie.
I mean, in my head, like watching, like, oh, Monkey King, perfect hero, sits in the tree, scouts out the smoke, runs away. Well, he obviously doesn't know their smoke. You can see what we see, and was just thinking he could get himself some farm.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, on the plus, of course, it is that position 4, so you're essentially throwing your life away. Yeah, you're protecting others, even though inadvertently.
That's there, though.
Playing the grave indeed. Can they get Owie out and be back safely? Indeed, they can. Liquid will be there. No sort of control from Liquid to follow through the duel. That is his Battle Fury done. So, as good as the Radiant time is going to be for GH, the Battle Fury as well on MP 15 minutes in. Absolutely perfect.
Yep. He's even got a Shrine to use about 5 seconds time, so he'll probably stick around this top lane and jungle and maintain some little farm. Oh, no, he's click away. And bottom lane again, Liquid constantly pressuring the lane. Even just Coddle alone. Very active down here.
Fun the game with this Radiance Naga. We have the illusion just whistling SVT down and Miracle and Kuroki coming for the finish. MSS will be there with the return with the Burrow Strike and the Epicenter. He'll be able to get himself a solo kill onto Miracle and Howie. Or seeing if he can find more, but Kuroki's already out to safety into the trees and doesn't have that TP. It's the 1-for-1 there between the 2 supports.
Yeah, both teams losing their poor position, but
Radiant's
and I guess you look at both teams, well, they're both creating space. Anti-Mage is getting his farming room on the east side, Naga gets on the dire side, so pretty even. And pretty much the same game plan for both teams, where you're looking to create space for that big late game carry. Ursa being the fighting carry that he have, lifesteal on the Liquid side, very, very simple
Radiant's
strategy.
middle tower is under attack.
Well, the lifesteal inside mind control. That's a man. To see if they can try and make a play. Top lane. He will reveal himself, but once again, 1437 is prepared. Sat there behind him, 3 points to the grave, so it has that fantastic range now to be able to save Envy from a distance. Be just keeping it safe, not looking to push that wave out any further than the top left corner, so that it doesn't get caught out by this potential dual invest combination.
At this point, Liquid may not be as proactive in trying to find those picks now. Great backup.
Perfect pick for MP as GH comes out a little bit too far with the Naga. Right down on the bottom half. He did have, well, he had mind control and Matuma Man and Kuroki on the way, but MP with the jumping quick enough. Miracle trying to get the Wukong's command out, but the Battery Assault just cancelling the cast animation. As MP pick a second. Down bottom, they're not done yet. Owie look for the rundown onto mind control, and MP with the ultimate will take it. Matuma Man goes for the raised TP out. Liquid, they've already lost 3. Pace for more. Kuroki and looking to be a little too speedy there with the Tranquil Boots. Will get himself out to safety. Liquid come down and deep onto MP's half of the map, and they get heavily punished with 3 deaths.
And that's what MP need. Just they need to be the ones being proactive, going out, finding the kills, and setting themselves up. But I think Liquid themselves, as mentioned, like they can't quite be as proactive themselves. Anytime they're going for these AM kills, the grave saves have been there, so they've got to kind of play around the fact that Legion Commander can't as easily find pickups due to defensive capabilities of NP's lineup. But the problem is when you're not showing yourselves and you're not making moves, you're letting NP control the tempo. NP, a nice rotation. Find the Naga, GH down. GH back a little bit. NP overtakes him and is now 12,000 net worth ahead.
I mean, yeah, how are we going to see, on a mathematical sense, who wins the farm war? Is Naga Siren with the Radiance or the Anti-Mage with the Battle Fury?
It's not slightly Naga favored. You can farm 3 lanes, you've got Illusion, at least later on. Like,
yeah, okay.
The more items you get, the more Naga wins it. AM, he's really fast at farming, like with the Battle Fury timing. If you really want to speed up, you go Vlads, but I don't think you want to necessarily look at, look at what your 6 slotted items are, so we'll go for it. But Naga, like with Manta, Radiance, Ocarina, King's Farm, no one matches the 6 slotted, not even 6 slotted, that's like 3-4 slotted Naga Siren. But I don't think for Anti-Mage it's about when you get your peaks and when you get your Manta
Radiant's
Abyssal and
middle
you can
tower
kill
is under
any
attack.
other Manta. Blink in Abyssal with your Manta, you can kill a Naga, you can kill a Life Stealer, you burn enough mana and set that mana void. You're incredibly powerful. So that's something where Naga is not really looking to fight with her farm. She's looking to split push, keep lanes out, and use the lane equilibrium for like strategic benefit, where it can set up kills with the infest ganks. Whereas Anti-Mage is looking to use this farm just to straight up fight.
Absolutely, and Liquid do need to make these infest ganks work. You can see already on the net worth, but Timmerman's starting to fall slightly behind in comparison to the other cores in this game. Really need Mind Control and Kuroki to be able to get the initiation to make something happen. But MP, the 4, grouped up towards the top. In fact, the 4-5, they're keeping themselves very much around
middle tower
MP.
is under attack.
So yeah, Liquid with this movement again. We saw them get a very big kind of kickoff with the first Blink Duel. Ever since, it's quite hard for Mind Control to find an actual opening and chance in MP's lineup to get that pickoff.
Liquid is going to fall back and play. Maybe playing a green farm already.
Okay, they managed to get the jump in immediately onto the back, and they do. They get the dazzle. Great way to start the fight. Mind Control heads back. Miracle from the tree line throws down the Wukong's command. They've taken down Ari as well. This is exactly what Liquid were waiting for. This sort of an engagement where they can get the great way to start it and a fantastic way to continue for even more. GH with the song, trying to set up and allow Timberman to get in close, but MSS actually with a very nice burrow stroke. Looked like he went down to the bottom, but he came back up to the top, and that fooled the whole of Liquid. They were down to the bottom of the cliff searching. MSS again up to the high ground, and they catch him this time. Liquid, they're searching. MSS will try for the TP out. He's not going to make it though. The damage in Miracle with the Jinju Mastery is much too much. Liquid will end up getting that 3rd kill.
On top of him, constantly, wherever he tried to juke through, Miracle was 1 step ahead and chased him down. Ward Vision playing the big part there. It's de-warded now, but that ward on that cliff behind the tier 2 bottom tower was what set up the pick on the Dazzle. They completely ignore the Ursa they run into. They know Julie, anyone other than Dazzle, is going to lead to a Grave Save. That Ursa or Anti-Mage can then blink out after the Grave Save, and the fight gets, the gank is wasted. It gets turned around. They find the Dazzle, and once Dazzle's dead, Ursa becomes a much more feasible kill to take.
They're searching for Envy though, but he will blink himself right to the corner. They do ping, they know the rough area. Miracle hopping across. A little too late as Envy very, very quickly gets himself out.
Well, ahead of the Naga for now. Likely remain the case, sparring some deaths on him. Kills going Naga's way for at least a little bit longer, but Coddle really enables this Naga to just deal with split push, go back to farm, and also get pulled into fight. Very frustrating combo to try and deal with.
Radiant's top tower
Themselves
has
the tier 1
fallen.
on the top lane. Tier 1's taken by themselves. Tier 1 and tier 1. Roshan very soon to be back up. He, of course, will suddenly want to go for it. But now it gets scarier. They could have a lot of ways to fight around that pit with the Song and Siren and such.
It's like they're not going to try and defend towers MP. They don't like the position they're in. The Dire Vision is really good, whereas Radiant have no vision around the top area of the map. I know it's the key last time. When you come in to try and contest this Dire Ward is very likely to scout the Dazzle, and anytime Dazzle is not in fog, he's getting jumped, going down very early on in the fight.
Structures are fortified.
That's GG. Good song to set this one up.
Radiant's top
GG.
tower is
It's a
under
little bit of a
attack.
threat if things don't go according to plan. Jump in.
Burned all his mana though.
On the front lines, he'll spot 1437. That's who you want to find first. Who's going to try and TP out the Bandless Strike will have something to say about that. So Liquid get 1. The dual win as well for Mind Control.
Set up Roche though. AUI TP's in with a double damage. Got there, so scattered out. So instantly into the road pit. And problem is, Liquid just hold match keeping bottom, so I don't think they get into that.
Well, they're going to take the long walk.
He dies too fast for Ursa. Sand King's going to come in and tank it to try and prevent AUI from getting back. This is a nice little play. A single back and
as
stop
quick
road.
as they can, but yeah, the Ursus do too much damage from Deso and such. They also get out of range, yeah. They will almost certainly lose SVG, who's been left for dead. But the rest are out. Just that Aegis to get that Roshan. Essentially losing SVG and 40-37 for the Roshan the Aegis, so it's worth it.
Yeah, it's okay. You're losing supporting casts. Your key heroes are staying alive. They're getting key items. They're getting an Aegis. And every little bit of time management there paid off. But yeah, the Naga pre-slept before they got to the pit to try and sleep them in the Roshan. And if Sand King doesn't get in there, burrow in to tank Roshan, all it would have taken was have one Roshan bash, and Ursa's Roshan would have been delayed enough that that sleep like would have caught them there.
Oh, hello.
Kick off.
Poor old Dazzy D.
And Dire Ward.
But this time Envy actually finding stuff in return. He's just blown up mind control. We'll jump forward to look for the Timber Man, but he's inside Karti. And Karti be the service back.
He's auto-denying though.
Here we go, trying to bring it back.
Naga perhaps come and save the day a bit.
To this light stealer. Bring him more in, he'll get himself out, run away, and all hook shot.
Radiant's
The
bottom
other marker. It's hard one to
tower
hit. Kuro forcing the Timberman to safety.
Cool, with the Midas pickup has already got him 14. Most of his bash are completed, so this will just guarantee some good lithium item progression as well. Again, it's normally very hard to maintain any level of farm when you've got a Naga on your team. Naga isn't about just your opponents not having fun. Often it's the Naga's teammates, supports particularly, who don't get to have fun. So that's why you go Midas in these games. And at least make sure he can get up to his basher, perhaps a bit more. Cuddle not getting all too much in the way of farm, but has picked up a booster, worked towards the Ag Scepter. Has 4 staff already, just the one nice defensive item against the Clockwork, even against the Ursa for kiting capabilities.
Envy is going to be even harder to catch that one. I mean, in terms of AoE control, it's pretty much the boundless strike and maybe some bashes. Other than that, they've got to make sure that they can somehow stop it through. So
Radiant's middle tower.
Jump in and get him, and Envy wants to try and find something in return. Jumps forward. Will be there. Center was coming through if they try and get MSS into some sort of a position, but with the song still up, straight out for GH, the rest of them out of there. Looks like Liquid will get away, just getting themselves a free dual kill.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, they're just kind of playing for the late game. Going to pick off and then get the hell out. Don't take the team fight. Even with Epicenter wasted, Liquid still did not want a team fight there. They haven't really got a team fight lineup. None of their heroes really that suited for it.
Envy's on the search for the monkey.
Okay.
A bit of an unfortunate
MSS
pause
is
there.
nearby. He's got a blink burrow, but they've got to find the monkey first.
And they've got that Battle Fury, can chop down the trees if Envy finds where it is. Yeah, he should have seen him come across that gap down below where Miracle is at the moment. But it looks like he's heading up the stairs. So maybe like anticipating where he's going to jump to, but Miracle seeing Envy.
It's mid-jump too, so he's just about to jump somewhere new, probably to like the northwest. Direction
If Envy gets up, he may see them in the end of the Monkey King landing into the tree.
He could blink Battle
Blink and
Fury.
Battle Fury.
If he guesses right on the trees. It's not often hard to tell exactly which tree, but yeah, well he does. Or even MSS, they just blink burrow.
So they will see him. The boundless strike there from Miracle, very nicely done, holds Envy back, and that will actually allow Miracle to get back to safety as he heads up into the north, TP's out.
I can't believe like how short those flying, how fast this hero flies on the map with these 1.4 seconds. Crazy.
Says tries the burrow. Just out. And a little off the mark. Timing.
There it goes.
13 to 60, 27 minutes in. Again, there's kind of farm war between the anti-made, Naga, Siren, very even as well. You know, look towards Matumba and Aoi. They're pretty much on the same page. It's all feeling very even at the moment in terms of value and net worth. But I mean, would you feel that there's a team that's a little happy with this?
Radiant's middle tower
We can
is
see
under
the edge
attack.
mathematically is Liquid.
And
Does that mean they're leading?
I'd say so. It feels like they have a bit more late game power, and they're going to transition better, mostly because of the Monkey King. And that most of the net worth different. You talk about how Animated Nagari, even Ursa and Life's so different. The difference is between the 4 position block and the 4 Monkey King. Monkey King has Midas Basher, Clockwork, 4K net worth has. So that's where the farm discrepancy is. And later this game goes, Monkey King is going to be very good at controlling Ursa team fights with his ultimate, so I can definitely see Miracle transitioning well, even controlling the anti-mage as well. If you get like some bashes off the Wukong's command, if anti-mage blinks in aggressively, you drop your Wukongs, and him and his Mantle Illusions may get beaten down pretty damn fast. So definitely it feels like a good game for Monkey King himself.
Rock it on.
He, once again, the smoke plate. What they can get here. They know that this high ground is safe, but the wall already down. To find any members of Liquid as they're all up towards the top. They've actually got their eyes on Envy. Mind control, wanting to make a play, but they need to break that Lincoln. Free little hero. That Manta.
Aware of what's going on.
Sphere. Yeah, it's a hard catch. They've got 4 heroes scanning the area, searching for him. But Envy again just gets out towards the top, TP's away. As we're seeing, it's very hard for Liquid now to catch this anti-mage.
Radiant's
that
middle
Legion
tower
Commander duel
is
they've
under
been relying
attack.
on is no longer an option with the anti-mage Lincolns. Still in the neighborhood around this Monkey King.
We're searching for him. Saw that hook shot just missed Miracle by the skin of his teeth.
Rocket player, but
Coming in.
With his build as well, has the MKB complete, so their Radiant's miss chance can mean a whole lot less than 29 minutes in the game. Envy is certainly going to be packing a punch in these fights as well. He has the chance to get his hands on Liquid and his lineup with the Clockwork and the Sand King MSS. They certainly have a lot of control and lockdown to allow Envy to get
as the Octarine to Naga kind of the farming capabilities now will be looking towards the damage, team fighting items, the fuels, butterflies, these kind of things now to match up against anti-mage.
Invisibility!
They get a Shadow Blade on Sand King. Again, this is the kind of item, like he's playing the main catch. It feels like Clockwork, with his items and the vision right now, he's able to easily find shots. So just being able to Shadow Blade around the map and trying to find results is a nice way to approach this game. But a lot of sense.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
with MSS moving around the tree line. It looks like they, yeah, the pings are coming out. They know he's jumping around here. The player will just be on point. In fact, he's out. The south, and the wraparound's coming in from Liquid. There's the jump, immediately taking out the Ursa. Now with the song, just assessing the situation, looking to try and control Envy, but he's quick with the blink. He'll get himself back out to safety.
Well, the epicenter used
as well, as he couldn't quite get in around that song. Success, be down an ultimate.
Yeah, but the recall is there for the pullback.
So doing work, there's the jump in though, Envy trying to man up against the lifestealer, has to back away. The fortification Envy, and the whole Liquid back there. Shot from SPG, the man getting forced out, saved by Kuroki. He really wants to try and get himself stuck in for this fight here. Rooted up, turns now towards lifestealer, discovered by MSS, but there's the heal coming through from the Legion Cabana Matuma man. Just a bit too big old and scary with that rage. They've nearly got the Ursa back. Tier 3 falls Liquid to be successful with this siege push that they're able to bring together 31 minutes into the game.
Radiant's middle tower is
See
under
how
attack.
active they're going to be in sticking around here. The racks are exposed. They start to send the illusions in. And he will have that full 5-man, but no epicenter. Looks like though with Ursa coming back up, Liquid will back away. Roshan's going to be back up soon, and maybe they'll look to try and take that before Envy get their hands on it for the third time.
Good draft is just incredibly. They can get pick off so fast now that Dazzle Light reacts with a grave. How fast they brought the Ursa. The Light Killer and Legion have enough critical damage output that heroes die incredibly fast, so that Dazzle can't react. And then there's stuff like the Song just to prevent any counter initiation, the Radiance Illusion stopping it. Sand King Blink. Very difficult for entities to approach team fights. That's before even mentioning anything of what Monkey can bring to the table with his chaotic spells and fights. So Roche going Liquid's way. They are going to start working on an attempt at, but he will give this one up without a fight.
They've got the ultimate backup as well for Sand King. Quick shots there as well. Preston still out to try and get that initiation, but at the same time, GH is pressuring in these lanes.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Where it's like two terrible decisions. You either give up a Rax or you give up Rogue.
If he just goes full, he jumps straight up to the high ground. The song will be there from GH. He does have his team behind him who are trying to make their way around from the sideline. SPG in with a hook shot. Cogs to block Liquid away. Of course, Liquid away from this. They know that the song's down. Do anything with that knowledge. They're jumping forward, looking for GH. Capturing Radiant's heal, and he's juking it around the tree line. MSS comes in with the stun onto Miracle. MV jumps forward as well, but Miracle's going to be allowed to get away. Matumba Man trying to focus the anti-mage, doesn't quite have the damage to bring him down, but they've already taken down two. MSS from the Sandstorm, but they have the vision. He's tried to get himself away. The Burrow Strike over will make it for the time being, but Miracle just reaching over the cliff there with his staff. Takes down a third. Gem hits the deck. At the end of the day, MP just can't get what they were desperately hoping for. Bottom lane, GH cleaning up the melee racks. Aoi will jump forward, but GH sings the song of his people. The boosted travel is still on cooldown. He will get recalled out. The power there, the Cotton Lager combination. As they get the racks, they get out, they won the team fight, they take Roche, and they're getting Keys and Aegis out of this as well.
Naga like split pushes bottom, forces pressure on the lane of Rax, and gets recalled into a fight. So disruptive with the song. They were chasing Naga around with the song. It looked a bit dicey for GH for a little while. If he got bashed up by the Ursa or locked in place, so that if AM and Ursa got on top of that Naga when she didn't have song, it could have been a lost team fight there, but she managed to just use her elusiveness, the Manta style, I believe, getting out of some of the slows as well to get away, and that makes a lot of time chasing a Naga that they don't end up killing, and while that's going on, Dazzle's dying, Clockwork's dying. The support on NP are very underfarmed compared to Liquid right now, and that's where it's the biggest difference in these fights. They just melt the and Dazzle wants to be graving cores getting jewels, but often Dazzle will just have to find himself graving himself. That's how squishy he is.
Pressure is getting massively amped up now that Liquid have its Aegis and TG. Straight in position on this top lane. NP really need a fantastic team fight. They need some sort of huge opening to be able to turn this around. NP will jump forward and be jumped with them and hit the bastion. Lifestealer starting to melt quickly. Has the cheese and the Aegis though. Is he going to be forced to use it yet? Gets himself out with the Marmlet Tog. Rage, but looks like the rocket flare was able to snipe him whilst he was toggling. So they will at least pop the Aegis there, NP.
Nice free Aegis playing. Take those. Back on the high ground, those two with G.
Just trying to hold back the wave, but it won't hold back Matu. Raged up, bring the tower down. Very, very low. Still on the anti-mage, not too unhappy with the pressure in lanes. To be able to clean up
Radiant's top tower
farm.
is
Just
under
makes the
attack.
butterfly onto the MKB now complete as well. Very, very big indeed. The illusions being sent across towards that top lane though. Again, the range track being pushed down on the bottom. GH is able to claim the top tower. Rats exposed.
Three proc calls. Illusions going in mid.
So much
Heroes
pressure.
top. Illusions bottom. Real Naga mid. Can't even go on the Naga. He's going to sleep while Matu goes
Oh
top
my
right.
goodness, yeah, locking NP in place while all they can do is watch. Now they'll jump in, immediately bringing Matu down low, but he's into the creep. He's to be fine. MSS building up the epicenter, and they'll take mind control.
Okay.
Matu rides his way out on the creep wave. He'll be alright. But yeah, bringing down the Legion, they put a stop to what Liquid are doing, but this illusion spam consistently coming in, picking away at the range racks, bringing them down and down and down.
It was the right idea going for that sleep, that song Rax play, but they just weren't. They weren't fast enough about it. If both Legion and Lifestealer were instantly on the racks, like if Mind Control blinks in and hits with the Lifestealer, they get the melee racks, but felt like there was a moment of hesitation where it was like, oh, GH just did something really good, let's get in there, whereas it should have been like coordinated where he sleeps as they're running in. Either way, the situation still looks pretty good for Liquid. They lose a Legion commander. They have lost the Aegis and all, but they're still keeping all the lanes pushed in. This is one of those classic Naga games. You're NP, you can't leave your base. So you can constantly just play Illusion Hunter right now. And anytime you try and push out one lane, another lane pops up. It's whack-a-mole. You solve one problem, two more pop up.
Keep it alight with the Ags complete as well now. Big items coming out for the side of Liquid. To those objectives they've been able to take. Kuroki is out on his own. Says not spotting him out yet, of course. Rocket Flare will actually clip him there, so now MSS This is a chance to go back. A little bit off the mark there with the Burrow Strike. Kuroki is going to be able to walk away. In fact, MSS himself needs to be a bit careful. Envy comes in, clears the way now. Make sure there's no Nagasaran or this altercation. He'll continue to chase Kuroki, who's now recalled Miracle in. Miracle with the Silver Edge. He'll be there to help try and turn, but already Envy's just ripped apart this Keeper alive. The gem hits the deck. MSS comes forward trying to take it, but Miracle was able to grab it just in time. And they may have lost the Keeper of the Light, but they won't lose the gem.
That was their bottle. Fast with that respawn talent too.
Just look at GH. Meanwhile, he's just pushing mid. He's just taking a tier 3.
Getting on range racks slowly. Whatever bit of damage you do here is damage. We'll focus the range racks before the melees like that. This team aren't going for a full discord right now. Slowly whittling away. Death by 1,000 cuts.
Absolutely. Deal with this if you're MD. The Naga, Siren, G8. We saw him before have a brilliant game. This game, a little bit closer. I mean, you can see here he's an Envy on par, but just the amount that he can do, it just seems so much more. He's having so much more effect in this game.
Got a Shadow Blade out, find some picks, like Sanking. And that's been MSS's role. He's got a very tough ass. Like, this game really comes down to him and he's really just like pick off. He's got to do so much for this game to work for MP, and Liquid, more than anything, have done a really good job of just responding to that Sanking and his aggressive moves. The Coddle with the Gem and Axe Vision has kind of been a pseudo counter to that Sanking Shadow Blade, and AUI on the Earth just doesn't have like the same ability. He's got a Blink Dagger, but he can't Shadow Blade around. He can't really always be with the Sanking.
Lane, Miracle. That's been found out. Yeah, Envy coming in, trying to help MSS out here, but with the song, could be in trouble. The hookshot's going to miss. SVG now as well could be a bit of a bad spot. Envy tries to get himself out, will blink away. The Colts are down. They've surrounded GH. MSS trying to build at the epicenter, but the next stage capture. GH turns towards SVG as well, won't get the clock hit. And meanwhile, the racks are down. Liquid, they've got Megas.
That was the solution they came up with. Boots had traveled level 2 and anti-made TP in on the Sanking.
That burst and just disappeared. That was less of a bear, more for Winnie the Pooh. He got absolutely shredded. Envy, they'll try their best. And oh my, what the fudge? Envy?
Okay.
That, I don't think I've seen a bigger man avoid in my life. He just, I'm sure we got a replay on that. We must do. 8.6k, he did more damage with that one spell than his MMR. That was insane. Wow. Can we see that again and again and again? Who did he hit?
Watch that for the rest
So he's going on GH.
Probably GH.
It must be. He's got such a massive mana pool. And again.
Yeah.
Here we. And again.
Dire's middle tower is under Dire's middle tower has fallen.
What the hell?
You couldn't have asked for a better birthday present.
Radiant's tower is
Showed up. He's got right here. There we go.
Oh,
We've got him
okay.
on.
What the? Oh, and look at this.
Jackie
Envy's
Bow.
in. Time to
He's
throw.
gonna win.
Oh my
no.
God. I didn't mean it, Jackie. I didn't mean the time to throw. Seriously. Come on, Jackie.
He hasn't got travel.
SVG's recovered the rapier.
He's got brown.
He's got to get himself out of here. He's losing mana.
Force him. Do something.
Help me. I'm a clock with a rapier.
No.
Get out of this. A miracle. Oh, he wants that rapier.
He got Envy.
ow.
No, he passed Envy. Envy's got it again.
Envy's got it again. We're good. Okay, so Colt's brought back. Mind control down for 50 seconds. Does that buyback? Meanwhile, in the base, they're losing tier 4s though.
Doesn't matter.
Envy jumps in, gets the bash. They've got the Burrow Strikes as well. GH can't get the song. He's forced back. Now he's got the song. They've got the setup. Miracle. He's going to look to show off the power of the Monkey King against the Wukong Saman. Looks to line it up for the perfect 3-man battle. This time he gets it. The clock's down. Envy pops the Manta. But he's getting bashed up. Can he get out in time? He blinks out of the Wukong Saman to the off, but the tower's taken down. The rapier hits the deck. GG, well played is called. The game is over.
Never before have I seen such like a classic game.
I mean, it was quite a calm, relaxing game, a bit of farm, and then at the end, just a casual ultra kill mana void into a rapier pickup, and then a losing the rapier to a blade mailed Legion commander.
Liquid looked way too like blasé about that.
Yeah,
that game,
I mean, GH is having a bit of a smile. He's like, oh. And Matsu's got his eyes wide open, like, what? But mind control, of course, cool as ever, just like,
yeah. He made the clutch duel on with the blade. I mean, blade mail.
Like, yeah, that's right, mate. You try and take me on.
Can with the poor man's shield, this will burn Miracle's mana, but still looking like a tough lane for him to maintain farm. He may have gotten CS for the first couple of minutes, but whether that will continue is a whole other matter. They don't really necessarily want to maintain an aggro tri-lane. Clockwork wants to find some levels around the map and also perhaps go and harass the mid-Naga, so it's going to be, if you take that approach, then Antimage does get left in like a dual lane, which is where he's not going to farm, so it's kind of like there's downsides either way. Either Antimage doesn't get a lot of farm if Clock roams, or if Clock aggro tri-lanes, then Clock is not getting the XP you typically hope to get on this hero.
We can see down on that bottom lane, and that 1v1 for the time being, MSS is nearly getting himself in first, but in fact with the caustic finale there, Mind Control's going to pop. MSS, I mean, this man has been having some incredible performances this land. What a way for them to start the game. But getting a solo kill against the Legion Commander, Mind Control is going to be put off by that, but he does have backup of Miracle. They could look to try and do something in return, but it's hard for Burrow Strike escape potential. The first nuke, found with them down low before Miracle jumps. In fact, the proc there now that the Burrow Strike's used, this is the time to jump down. Miracle will hit the boundless strike. Didn't actually get the initial slow on, I think, with the Primal Spring. But MSS be able to continue to get away. Mind Control will have another nuke in a bit. I don't know if it's going to be enough damage. It has got the 2 points in it. In fact, a right click and a nuke should do it. He's got to get in range for it. Oh, he misses the nuke! Oh, Mind Control oversteps the mark there, and with that, he's not getting the kill. MSS,
tower is under attack.
he's going to survive. Not normally a skill that we see being missed, Gods.
No. Primal Spring, definitely one of the spells you do sometimes miss as a skill shot.
I mean, I guess he was anticipating a Burrow Strike.
Yeah.
He was trying to play around that.
The Burrow Strike too. MSS managed to buy enough time that he had the mana there. Wasn't in too much danger once he had the mana for it. So he played. He's going to go aggressive. Monkey King could be in trouble here. The caustic finale is nothing.
Roll off around it. Just blocks him off from the entrance to Kuroki's own jungle. Yeah, absolutely. With Miracle turning up to this top lane, maybe they can look to try and this around, make sure that MP don't have the control and the advantage. VG already falling low. Ooh.
SVG may have just got baited. He thinks, if he hasn't seen Monkey King, he thinks he's got this kill.
Yeah, but he's going to hear the sound, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He'll hear the Primal Spring.
Has he heard it already, I wonder? Not sure exactly when the sound. Like,
I think it plays like when you cuss, so it's like the ball. So he's already hit like the ball.
Yeah,
but he's not hit the
He's channeling as we speak, so.
Yeah. look at the way he's like, it's awkward.
I love how he freezes, but the eyes still move.
Yeah,
that's my favorite thing about pauses is how heroes,
like,
their eyes move around.
Tree in my face.
Right, SVG is like a tough spot for him to get out of.
He has got battery assault, so that's going to cause some issues for the chase down, but yeah, with the Orb of Venom on Miracle, they've got the slow. One more swipe with the stick will do it. Miracle picks himself up. First blood, he makes himself a brand in the top lane.
I've killed lots of people. I just whip
coming their way, and Kuro kind of laid the trap as this top lane is the focus for now.
Wow, a bit of the old Kale here. I blame Kuroki and the Blind Light. We have up top, in the personal with Matumba Man. Rating hits, CS-wise at the moment, 5 for 1 on the Anti-Mage, 3 for 1 on Matumba, early days, but MV already getting some farm indeed up on top. Mid lane, DH. A fair bit of harassment, but now he's got a second level, nearly onto level 3, you're able to force Aoi back and get him to use that sound bound. On top of CS at the moment there. And the bottom lane matchup, so this 1v1, yeah, just hold the moment, 1v2, will have to TP out, does get away. As well.
Get him left alone. Trade hits as best he can.
It's NP again. Essentially this game 3 of a best of 3. We had the first 2 yesterday, but we're back here in a return for the final episode between these 2 teams. Let's see who's able to come out top. Again, just the overall draft impressions, Gods. Do you believe in MPs finishing up with this anti-mage tanking? Or are you scared on behalf of them because of Liquid's kind of draft? We know that they can execute this. We've seen them do exactly this already this land.
I think it's always hard to read NP's drafts because they do run these dual carry lineups. They don't pick traditional mid heroes. They're always running mid Ursas, mid Weavers, mid Medusas. They're not really running classic
30 seconds
mids that you'd expect to see. And that's where it's hard to really understand how their drafts can work sometimes. Roman Clock, he's been playing this full position clock. There's probably 2 or 3 heroes we've seen from this. We've seen the Earth Spirit, we've seen the Clock. the Slaughter, and probably you could also say the Legion, the Elder Titan. And he's definitely had some experience playing the
The
class.
battle begins.
So already we're starting to see the lane situation. MSS will be down here on the Sand King. And indeed, it is going to be some sort of aggressive laning coming out. As you mentioned, not Owie. Owie indeed is heading towards the mid. But Envy will be up top on that anti-mage, backed up by the moment by, of course, 1437 and SVG on the Dazzle Clock combination. Miracle starting to search around towards the mid, maybe wandering for a courier sniper or search. We'll see what sort of Monkey King plays this man will look for.
Turned himself in a tree just to get across between the two towers. I don't think he was really looking for a curry. He just wanted to get to the top side of the map without being spotted. So he wants to go and help this top dry lane.
Already SVG just causing issues for Kuroki, making sure that he can't get any kind of pull-up.
I think he really wants to fight, and with no points in Jingu, Miracle does not win this one.
He's got one boundless strike, but yeah, level 1, it's not going to have the turn duration really holding back too much. And MSS chomps on the Mango, and he chomps on the Monkey King. MSS already picking up a lot of positive action in that bottom lane.
Here's DUI, go for the rest.
Wrap around as well from SVG. GH, he may be out of answers. Miracles come in. Boundless strike, I believe, is still unavailable, and now he's going to be allowed to get the kill. Tries to get the aggro over, it isn't going to work, so will lose his life in return. Miracle, to build up the Genji Mastery stacks, he's got it up, jumps onto the tree with a Primal Spring, closes the gap, couple more snaps, will take it as Miracle does manage to clean up a double kill in return.
Nice retaliation kills. SVG slightly missed the cogs. He was trying to push the Naga back into the Ursa, but ended up that GH just kind of ran to the south, not into the cogs, which meant that SVG's rotation didn't really, I mean, it did kind of tunnel the Naga a certain direction, which meant AUI could guarantee the kill, but it didn't really, meant AUI took a lot of damage, got riptide under the tower, tanked the tower shot, so ultimately, not too much.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Miracle bottom lane again though. MSS of 1437 bringing mind control down low. MSS having a burrow strike in a couple of seconds, but doesn't want to dive too deep. Miracle back hiding off the map. You never know where he's going to be.
This is looking like a very well laid out lane stage.
Mid lane. Make it go here. Is the double damage rune enough? It looks like it should be with the boundless strike as well. One more touch will bring down Owie, but Miracle, ooh, he does get it, but again we're seeing these trades. 1437 comes in and will be able to punish Miracle in return.
UI does go down and trace his life, but gets the kill on the way out. Miracle base boots up already. Pretty decent timing on some of these levels and being very proactive, but Mage is kind of pre-farmed in the offlane. This is, I think, probably the biggest positive of this MP laning set is that they've managed. I mean, you'd expect the Sand King to win his 1v1 against the Legion, melee on melee. The Ursa's done well mid against Naga without winning the lane, but I think with minimal help, Dazzle was definitely up there and Clockwork early on, but lately it's kind of just been up there by himself and managed to out-CS the Lifestealer and kind of himself towards the top. Really good lane stage for Eternal Envy. He's now going to fall back into the jungle with an Iron Talon, plus the Culling Blade, going for the double jungle farming items. He's happy to get what farming can.
To my man. Going to go on to 1437. Should be fine as he does still have the Grave. Will be able to buy himself the time to get back to safety behind that tier 1.
I think similarly for Liquid side, they decided it's time to send their carry into the jungle, farm faster there and farm in a kind of safer way. GH is going to be jungle farming, giving the mid lane a miracle. Two benefits there, your carry's farming somewhere safer and you give the XP and farm a different lane to a support, kind of, sort of pseudo support in the Monkey King who's going to make use of doing an early level 6.
Again, MSS pulling out there with the Burrow Strike. Get the connection for an opportunity to get a kill as they're bringing him back up, but at the same time, so is Liquid. They have Miracle back in the neighborhood, but the numbers advantage at the moment on the side of MP. Heroes ready to look for some sort of a play. Mind control. The target.
They know Miracle's down here too with their ward. Problem is, if Miracle hits level 6 for this fight, he's very close to breaking that XP gap, but he may not even need it.
Just straight up with a boundless strike on the duel. There's nothing that MP could do quick enough to stop him. Mind control gets the success. And will be chased down, but Miracle's just hit 6 as well with that kill. Lays down the Wukong's command. The illusions bringing SVG